What's up, guys? Welcome back to Case de Gainz. A very happy Memorial Day to you. Today is also a chest day for me, so I'm going to balance chest day, barbecuing, and being a dad all in one day. I think I can handle it. So I want to show you real quick. I'm about to head off to the gym. Show you what I'm going to do for chest today. I have two goals in mind today. I try to have two distinctive things that I'm shooting for. Obviously, I want to better the numbers. I want to put on more weight or add more reps. But I have two distinctive things that I want to conquer today. The first being on my incline press, which is my barbell incline press. It's what I always start chest day out with, or at least what I'm doing right now. I want to increase my reps on that. So last week, looking back, I did 185 pounds for 5 sets, 4 reps per set. I want to increase that by 1 rep per set. I want to do 185 5 times for 5 sets across the board. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's gains. It's getting stronger. It's making progression. So that's my number 1 goal today. My number 2 goal for chest day is I had a good friend of mine just fill me in on this little session he had with a personal trainer. And this dude is no just average personal trainer. He is a massive, massive bodybuilder. So the guy knows his shit. So he gave me this challenge of doing 10 sets of flat bench press, 10 sets, 15 reps, 1 minute rest between each set. That sounds intense. So especially for someone that my comfort zone tends to be that 5 to 10 rep range, 15 reps per set is a lot. And then you have 10 sets of that. That's going to be insane. So here's what I have going on. I'll just show you. Starting out with incline press, 5 sets of 5. I want to hit that 185 5 times. That's my goal. Try to get better than I did last week. And then I'm going to move on to bench press. That's a flat bench press, 10 sets of 15 reps. That's brutal. 1 minute rest. And then I'm going to do a single ground fly. And I don't think I've ever done these on here, but I like to kind of vary the different flies, these little accessory moves for the chest. I like to change them up a little bit because I get kind of tired of doing the same thing. So this is a really cool one. It's good for practicing if you're beating the hell out of somebody while they're on the ground. So I'm going to do 5 sets of those, 12 to 15 rep range. And then I'm going to finish off with an alternating incline diamond press from one knee. Those are really, really cool. It's a good little press move for the upper chest. I'm going to do 4 sets of those, 8 to 12 rep range. So that's what I got going on. I'm going to go hit this gym. I'm going to go hit them weights, and then I'm going to hit that grill later. Stay tuned. All right, everybody's international chest day favorite, the incline barbell bench press. You see the column to the left, that's what I did last week. The column to the right is what I did this week. My goal was to hit 5 reps on 185 pounds, and as you can see, for 5 sets, I did that. I ended my sixth set was a drop set. I went down to 155, and I knocked out 8 of those. And here's the regular bench press, 10 sets of these things. I'm aiming for 15. And as you can see, I got it on the first set, and then I did not touch it again. I ended up dropping weight on the 3rd set to 135 pounds. And then I kind of went between 10 reps and 14 reps on that barbell bench press. But man, I was freaking gassed after those 10 sets. That's a tough challenge. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier when I was drawing out my plan is the decline bench press, the 1-arm decline bench press with dumbbells. And it's one of my favorite chest moves. It gets the lower chest. So I do this every week. I'll kind of go between this and doing a chest dip. But this is what I did this week. Nothing fancy here, just a good old-fashioned decline dumbbell chest press. All right, this is a very uncustomary fly move, but it's a single arm ground fly. And if you like getting somebody on the ground and then beating the hell out of them, it's a great workout for that. I don't actually do that, but it's a really good fly workout. I try to stay in that 8 to 12 rep range and it's good at isolating the chest. I get kind of used to, too accustomed to doing like a regular fly, so this is a good change of pace for me. All right, this is another one that was in the video, but I did not mention at the beginning of this episode. But this is a alternating incline press using a barbell with one end of it in the corner and the other end up on your shoulder, pushing away up from the body from your knee. This is a really good alternative to just a regular old dumbbell or barbell incline press. Man, I always like finishing my chest day with some kind of a high rep fly, and this is the ultimate high rep fly. It's a triple cable fly. So I work in sevens. The goal is to do 21 of each set. So I start out doing 7 lower flies, and then I'll do 7 medium flies, and then 7 high flies with using the cables. And as you could see on this first one here, I went entirely too low on the weight with 13 pounds. And so I ended up just doing a really good chest burn, doing 45 reps on that first one. But then I got closer to kind of what I'm looking for, that 20 to 30 range on the other sets. So that is a great way to exhaust the chest at the end of a workout. I love it. All right, I'm back. Chest day is over with. That was a good solid 100-minute chest day. Gosh, I'm burning up out here. It's freaking hotter than hell. Memorial Day, Texas. Who would have thought? But so I didn't quite get up to that 15 rep mark. I stayed at 135, but I did do all 10 sets. And I went anywhere from 10 reps to 12 reps. They just kind of varied. But I did the best that I could. I freaking sore. The guy that turned me on to this little challenge, he said, dude, I could not do a push-up after doing this flat bench press for 10 sets. And I'm the same. Could not do it. So really good workout. Good chest day. I've got a small, tiny little brisket I'm going to smoke today because I'm the only one that's going to eat it in our family. So I'm going to try to smoke this itty-bitty 2-pound brisket. I've also got some smoked sausage, some hatch chili smoked sausage, and then I'm going to dice up some potatoes. So I'm going to do Memorial today correctly, the good old American way. The only thing I'm not going to do is bring any beer into the mix. I'm alcohol free right now. I don't want to mess up my macros by doing 12-ounce curls. Okay, so let's go do some barbecuing. All right, I decided to go with a miniature brisket. Isn't this thing cute? Look at that. Just look at it. That is about 2 pounds of brisket. So this is actually a lot more challenging, in my opinion, to smoke a brisket of this size. For one thing, if you look, there's not a lot of fat on there. So good barbecue for me has to have a ton of fat. This doesn't. I went and got something cheap, something small that I could smoke for today, because if I did a 20-pound brisket, I'm going to be the only one eating this son of a bitch. And I would be stuck with 20 pounds. I'd be stuck with 18 pounds of brisket for the rest of the week. And it does not fit into my diet. So I'm going to smoke this itty bitty brisket, this cute little brisket today. I use kosher salt. I'm putting this on the fat side, by the way. And I have another surprise for the fat side. I can't just throw this brisket on a smoker, this itty bitty brisket with that little bit of fat on there. It's not gonna be any good. It's gonna be freaking dry. So I have a backup plan for this very, very lean brisket. First, I need to put some crushed black pepper on there. Hold on a second, baby. I'm doing all this while babysitting 4 kids, by the way. If that's not impressive. If that doesn't say Memorial Day, I don't know what doesn't. So rubs coming along. I like to put little square incisions on the top. It helps with distribution of fat actually getting into the meat. Now, different smokers will do different ways Some like to have the fat on the bottom. I'm more of a traditionalist. I like to have the fat on the top of the brisket. I like the fat filtering into the meat, making it juicy. So that's how I do it. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way, but that's just how I do it. All right, let's check on that brisket. Now I use a ceramic Komodo style. That's a grill, it's a smoker, it kind of does everything. But shit, that smoke is strong. Give you a little peek. I don't want to keep this open too long because you can see the flames start to pop up. There's our brisket. I'm gonna close it right now actually. I use a mixture of oak, post oak, and a little bit of charcoal. But I'll come back and check on it here in a little bit. All right, it's been about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna check in on this. Also gonna show you something that I did here. Since there was not a lot of fat on that tiny, tiny brisket, I put some bacon on the top of it just to get a little extra fat rendered into the meat. Here we go. The brisket is cut. The sausage is cooked. That brisket is freaking dried out. That is an awful, awful brisket. I knew it'd be challenging because it was small, but I'm gonna cut it up into little bitty pieces and cover it in barbecue sauce. If you ever go to anybody's house and they made brisket and then they chop it up into little bitty bits, it means that they freaking dried it out. And I dried this one out like a son of a bitch. It's probably the worst one I've ever done. Well, one of the worst. I've done some pretty bad ones over the years. But that's what I get for buying a small brisket with no fat and trying to make it work with bacon strips. But anyway, I'm gonna chop it up and eat it anyway. Well, of all episodes of Case de Gainz, I would say that was one of them. Thank you guys for joining me for a very special Memorial Day episode of Case de Gainz. I hope your Memorial Day was great. Whether you were out on the lake, whether you were drinking beer, whatever, fishing maybe, I don't know. I spent a very sober Memorial Day at home and it was awesome because I've had plenty of the other types of Memorial Days. So it was good to be home, not drink, spend quality time with the family. I got to go to my son's baseball game yesterday and he went 3 for 3, triple, double, single. Had he had one more at bat, he might have hit for the cycle. But I'm telling you, Ryder Lee, future Texas Ranger, one of these days. And yes, I am a little biased, so what? But I also got to have a killer chest workout. I'm gonna fill this one tomorrow, I assure you. A lot of reps in there, a lot of volume pushed up. Had a good chest day. I got to smoke meat, even though I ruined that brisket, which 2-pound brisket, no one has any business trying to smoke a 2-pound brisket. There's just not enough room for air. So I screwed it up, I dried it out, but I chopped it up and ate it anyway. So there you go. I hope whatever you guys did for Memorial Day, you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope everyone remembers the true meaning of Memorial Day. It's not about drinking and debauchery. It's about the ultimate human sacrifice for our freedom. And I want to leave you with my favorite quote by my favorite president. Words are even more feeble on this Memorial Day, for the sight before us is that of a strong and good nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and in return love their countrymen enough to die for them. God bless you all. I'll see you on next episode of Case de Gainz. Gainz! Gainz!